Perfect. Thank you very much, Alice. My name is Kevin Brown, I'm the Senior Implementation Manager at Aegon, and the purpose of my session is to provide you with the reassurance that we've got tried and tested processes and that you're in safe hands for your transition over to Aegon. I've been responsible for many successful implementations with employees very much like yourselves, a large workforce spread across multiple locations. I'll be a dedicated point of contact along the implementation or your implementation journey, and we'll be able to measure the success of your project after a period of 6 months. And the way in which we do that is we measure it 3 different ways, and that's employee engagement, the level of employee engagement, the bulk transfer process, and your direct feedback measured by Net Promoter Score. I find the key to achieving this or these successes is to understanding the dynamics of your business and understanding also how best to engage with your workforce. And what I want to do in the next few slides is I wish to propose how I'm going to successfully implement your pension scheme as to what I understand about you today. So what assurances am I bringing to you? So you want top level scheme migration. So what does that mean? You want a smooth transition over from your current pension provider, Scottish Widows. As I said before, I'll be your sole point of contact throughout the implementation journey to its completion, and you want all assets in the same place. So that means that we will work with Scottish Widows to ensure that we bring over all the assets as part of that pre-purchase transition. That's my favourite part of the process, the bulk transfer process. I've been involved in hundreds of bulk transfers with great success, and I'll work tirelessly to ensure as many of your employees take up that transfer offer. Any other questions or anything else? So during the initial scheme implementation meeting, these are the 4 key elements we'll be discussing. So communications, how best that we are to communicate with your employees. We have fully bespokeable communications, whether that be promoting your scheme or the scheme announcement. We can help support you with this, and Roger will be taking you through that in more detail in his section next. And then there's a data requirement. I actually understand that you use Workday as your payroll system. That's fantastic news, because that's exactly what Aegon use, and that means I'm very familiar with the system, and that means the uploading of member data and paying contributions will be very straightforward. And then there's a scheme setup. It really couldn't be any easier. It's an online form and a direct debit instruction, and I'll be there to support you with it. That will supply individuals or provide individuals with their access to the scheme, meaning they're able to go ahead and run it accordingly. And there's the transfer of assets, as I said before, will offer employees the chance to transfer, providing you with, or them with 100% of out of market transition. Okay, the purpose of this slide is very high level implementation journey, which of course will be bespoke to your project. And I'm not going to go through all of these just now, but as you can see from the blue actions, of which there aren't too many, these are the ones that are carried out by yourself but supported by me. And what does that mean for you? It means that I'll do all of the heavy lifting for you and keep you informed every step of the way, again providing you with reassurance that you are actually in safe hands. And then coming toward the end of the project, we're working with Rob before we pass over to him as your client relationship manager. We'll put together a new joiner pack. And that means when anytime you get new employees on board, you can can engage them with that. Any questions at all about the timeline, or can I cover anything else off? Lovely. Now is to focus on the bulk transfer exercise, and this is very much the most talked about part of the process, and the one that I'm really, really passionate about. The employees will receive an offer from us, and again, as I said before, we'll be providing 100% out of market pre-funding. Employees will always ask you, how do I go ahead and transfer my previous pension? And that's where we come in. We provide you with an upfront communication that will inform members of what to do and when. Why do we know this works? Well, quite simply, we know that 75% of employees take up the transfer offer when we take the bulk transfer approach. And actually this is much higher when we have a fully engaged employer that's on board with us. We have clear and succinct, jargon-free letters, and now Rob's going to pass them out. 4 years as a transfer offer or transfer offer. I'll just give you a moment to open those.
Yeah, pass them back.
So as you can see from those letters, a self-explanatory offer letter with a transfer authority. All members have to do is sign and date that form, send it back to us in a prepaid envelope, and we will do the rest.
Must be reading it.
I think you're reading it.
Which is good. We can also, but at the end, I've mentioned it a few times, but at the end of the transfer process, our specialist transition team, who moved across over £2 billion worth of assets just in 2019, will contact the Scottish Widows to ensure that pre-funding is completed. Also, we can run a secondary exercise, or as Alice pointed out before, members like to go onto their member accounts, and I always find from my experience that around 10% of that membership will go online and request their own transfer. That is a 5-minute, 3-stage process, very straightforward indeed. Another measure of success, NPS, your direct feedback. Can I just check, does everybody understand what NPS is?
Yes.
Fantastic. So as you can see from this, we've been running this project for around or just over a year, and we've received 170 responses from employers. I give us a score of a world-class score of plus 77, and my own personal NPS score is plus 85. So what does that mean for you? It means that we've got tried and tested processes that really drive successful outcomes. Now, all important feedback again. These are just some comments I received from employees recently that I've worked with, and there's no need to just take my word for it. I'll be able to arrange a call with an employer, and they can tell you what a great experience that they've had. Now I've covered the fundamentals of implementation, and if there aren't any questions, I will pass over to Roger, who will show you how we have a fully engaged workforce.
Kevin, I have a question actually.
Okay.
You work in a regulated industry, or?